Thomas, Monday Morning Critic. Guys, how you doing today?
Good. How are you?
What's up,
Uh,
Derek?
What's up, Ben?
Excellent. So I have a few questions before we hop into King Ivory, which I thought was a doc could have been a documentary. It hits you over the head with a sledgehammer and then some. So I'm gonna work my way there. Ben, my first question is for you. Your work has affected me in deep ways. I'm an older dad. I think of my daughter all the time when I think about Will and Leave No Trace. I mean, it breaks my heart. My father was a Bronze Star Vietnam veteran, loved Charlie Prince. Is your work as an actor, is that the ultimate goal, is to affect somebody the way you and your work has affected me?
Well, thank you for sharing that. I appreciate that, Derek. Uh, I have a lot of friends in the military, but I'd say that the one word that stuck from the men and women that have served that have affected my life is service.
Mm,
And service can come in a lot of ways. It can come with bread to your table if you're lucky enough to have bread at your table. It can also come by doing a nice deed for somebody else. And in our line of work, it's, I hope at best, is asking a question. And if you can talk about something that frightens you, reminds you of who you are, a friend of yours, a family member, uh, my ruthless optimism is that if we connect, we're less alone. And
mm,
this film touches on a lot of things that are affecting a lot of people that feel alone and they're not.
it certainly does. I'll wrap this with you, Ben. Why does one of my dad's all-time favorites was Hell or High Water? What's the magic behind that? Why do people consider it one of the best movies ever made?
Well, it doesn't hurt that Taylor Sheridan wrote it.
Yeah.
David Mackenzie shot a hell of a film, and a film is a tricky thing. A lot of it is good intention, some of it's luck. But I think if you're asking questions about how do you care and our failures on how to,
Mm.
makes us a little bit more human and again less lonely. Yeah, like King Ivory, it shows a lot of humanity.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you for that, Ben. Michael, speaking of King Ivory, thinking of Ramon, I was brought to Nacho's death scene. Have you ever wanted to be that brutally honest with somebody in your personal life? When Nacho just airs it out and tells everybody what he thinks of them. I just feel like that gave me such like I feel like, goddamn, I wish I could do this to somebody in my own personal life. Just be as honest as you can and just let it ride.
It's funny. It's a great question. A lot of people sometimes say, that people who are not actors, they say, "Oh, you're an actor. You must be a great liar." And I say, "No, no, that's not it. It's the opposite. From my point of view, what acting is telling the truth. I
Right.
think I think that's the obsession for me in performing arts is the truth. So I try to be brutally honest in everything I do.
Yeah.
Not brutally, I don't like the word brutally, but I try to be completely wholesome as honest as I can in everything that I do. I think that scene with Better Call Saul was just that it was brutally honest. But I try to be completely honest in everything I do. Even when you're lying, you want to be honest with yourself uh, that you're lying. I mean, not to show it, but you know that you're lying and you're honest. You're honest to yourself knowing that you're lying. It's very rare that a character is um, as an actor, I think it's hard to play anything if you're being dishonest with yourself.
Yeah. Well, I think that's that scene. If anybody ever was sleeping on you as an actor, it sure woke them up. That was unbelievable, and
Thank
thank
you,
you.
Derek.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
James, I haven't forgotten about you. I have to say, in King Ivory, I feel like your character is alone. When I think about, I have two young kids, I think about what their world is going to look like. And God damn it, does this film scare me? Fentanyl, what the battles your character is fighting professionally and personally. Ugh, like this movie, I'm not saying this because I'm speaking with you guys, but it really makes me as a dad put things in perspective. What is this world going to look like? What is this world going to look like? James, whatever you wanted to say about your character, because absolutely terrific.
Oh, thank you. But thank you for bringing that up too. I mean, more to your point, Sam, who played my wife, and Jasper Jones, who played my son, were fantastic in this film, and I'm scared too. I'm a father of two, and we live in a very volatile world, and things have changed. You know, I grew up in the early 90s, you know, I mean, we were dealing with a whole different set of issues back then. And I don't know what my boys will be dealing with 10 years from now. And I'm just trying to be a good person and trying to help, you know, guide them. But this movie should touch you there. I hope everyone who goes to see this film has a little bit of fear. And you know, John Swab shoots in this very kind of voyeuristic style. I think it's a powerful film, and if you look at the performances of these two men here, like you're gonna see it from a lot of different angles.
Right. Yep. Yep. Great answer. Ben, was the tracheotomy, was that your call, or was that something that was already in the script?
It was not in the script. Cancer touches a lot of us,
Yeah.
and what impressed upon me was the fighters that I saw in my family that were struggling, and it was a pitch to Swab, just saying, well, if this guy is an operator, uh, just because he has maybe a setback doesn't make him any less powerful, and let's explore that. Every breath counts.
Ben, I feel like you did the opposite, because I feel like you have an unbelievable knack of making characters absolutely terrifying in their own unique way. And then when you see that thing, it's like, this guy is not to be messed with. Like, forget what he's doing. Like, this guy's seen some stuff. Like, he's seen some stuff. And I thought that really added to what you brought to the screen.
I appreciate that. Getting to dance with Melissa Leo, who's just constantly smoking. Yeah, you come up the way you come up, and it felt perhaps that it could serve a story.
Yeah, I got you. One of my last questions is Graham Greene, icon. This is one of his last films. It added a little bit of nostalgia for me. I thought he was just a sneaky, great character in this film. What For all of you, we could start with Ben and then go Michael and James, what I see on the screen. Anything you want to say about Graham Greene?
He's a legend. Graham Greene is and will continue to be a powerhouse as they return to his filmography, and we were blessed to have him in our film.
Michael?
Thank you. You know, I'm sure he's gone through so much to trailblaze in many, many ways. I would say thank you, you know, grateful, and I hope he's enjoying the next chapter, wherever, whatever that is. I hope he's enjoying himself.
James?
Tell you a quick little Graham Greene story. So at the end of the film, we're in the prison and we're through the glass
Yeah.
on the phones. And you know, this has been a long day and we're shooting in a working prison and we got 45 minutes. It's end of the day, they're kicking us out. And we sit down, we set up the cameras, and the phones don't work. We can't hear each other. There's a special prisoner code that needs to be put in to get those phones to come on. The guards do not have a code. If you are not incarcerated, you do not have a code. There is no way we are going to hear each other during the scene. And there's just a beat of silence. And I look over at Graham and Graham looks at me and he just kind of nodded and smiled. And that was it, man. We just rolled the camera.
Yeah.
And man, we did that scene silently and it was beautiful. And that was a beautiful moment. And I'm very grateful to have that moment to connect to that man.
How do we fight this battle, guys? I know you're portraying characters on screen, but how's this battle end? I mean, is it the fentanyl? Have we just substituted fentanyl for other drugs that we've seen cause this havoc over the years? What is one to take away from this film, and is there any optimism on the horizon?
I,
Go ahead.
I just want to say optimism, yes. I think the moment we start thinking we're doomed, we are doomed.
Yeah,
I
great,
think
great.
it's up to I would say never lose optimism, because that's the end of everything. So I would like to think yes, optimism, and I think for me, I would say take responsibility yourself. You know, stop pointing the finger at someone outside of your house or on the other side of the border, or on the other. Start looking at yourself and say, what can I do? What can I do better? That's what I try to do as much as I can, is what can I do to change the world, even if it's just in thinking different and being positive. That's already enough to affect the next person.
James or Ben, whomever.
Listen, I hope it starts a conversation. You
Yeah,
know, I need to
yeah.
talk about this, and it's a big conversation. It's complicated, and our film deals with a lot of different areas of that. You know, there's a business side to this. Um, but also, you know, just as Michael was saying on the inside here, what can you do in your circle? In your circle, mental health is a real thing. Addiction, disease, it's a real thing. Talk about it.
Ben, I'll give you the last words, whatever you want to say.
If anybody's looking for help, if you have a friend who's looking for help, one of the great champions is John Swab. One of the great champions is a terrific actor, George Carroll. And he does incredible work in Boston on finding healing and helping for this horrible addiction. You can call it cocaine in the 70s. You can call it coke or crack in the 80s. You can call it heroin, and then you can call it the pharmaceutical nightmare of the early 2000s. And now it's evolved into fentanyl. So will there be something else? Absolutely. But there are good people, as Mando said, keep your corner clean, take care of your loved ones. There is hope out there.
Gentlemen, thank you. You're all terrific, and I'm really pleased to be able to speak with you today.
Thank you, sir.
Have a great night.
Thank you, Derek.